Did you just snort? Did you just pretend to snort?
A whole fucking line of week 1. Give me all of week 1.
Oh my
I feel
Christ
fucking
on the cross.
fantastic. I feel phenomenal. Your boy is undefeated. I am coming off a very, very, very rock hard of a game for me personally, where I was hard the whole entire time. That Viagra be damned, where the Cowboys didn't score a single touchdown. Dude, I'm feeling phenomenal. I'm sure your vibe check is a little bit different, but let's just get right into it. Let's splash in. Of course, I am Little Joe. Ooh, this is Michael the Pharaoh Shanuti reporting live from his car in some beaten parking lot somewhere. And
it's because like I work from home now. Sam works from home. I can't be yelling and screaming while she's working. So I got sent to the dungeon, and what they say is, happy whatever the fuck she is, happy life.
Yeah, is that still to be determined? Is there a ring somewhere, brother? Should we get into that? Should we get into therapy real quick?
I just need to go to a strip club, like right now. Just take me to a strip club. I need titties in my face, ass in my face. We're willing to spend $500 like I did in Fort Lauderdale. Cut this. $500. Go ahead.
Let's say, Sam, I know you listen from time to time,
No,
so
she does
if you
not.
hear this and this moron forgets to cut it, I'm so sorry.
She doesn't listen.
You are
I'm leaving this in. She is not gonna listen. I'm keeping this part just to see if she listens.
Wait, has she listened? Does she claim to listen, but you're pretty sure she doesn't?
No, I just know if it's not the clip that I put on like Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, she doesn't know anything we say. Unless we did that, like, you remember when we called her a couple times? That's the only time she probably like listened to and was like, what was the lead into this? And then that's it. Because she doesn't hate football. She just doesn't like it like us, or
well,
like
her family's big into it, if I remember from
100%. Yeah. No, her dad still says Redskins because that's how old school he is. Her brother is a huge Washington, I don't know if he says Redskins still, but Commanders fan. And then like he has a bar with 5 TVs, has football all the time. Like they love football. It's just her personality is more of a bachelorette, like Big Brother reality TV show bullshit type of girl.
Hey, you know what? We're all just waiting along for you to pop the question, brother. We hope it's happening soon.
And I will still make the same joke.
And I quote, whatever the fuck she is, happy life.
I will still make the same joke. When the Steelers or Heat win the fucking championship, I get a ring, you get a ring. We're all happy. Congratulations.
She can finally breathe for 6 months until the season starts again.
She can. I mean, like, I know for the fact the Steelers ain't winning no Super Bowl anytime soon. The Miami Heat were this close, so her only chance at a ring is Heat. So LA Heat, let's go Heat.
You admit that there's no doubt in your mind. Clock goes down to 0. The confetti's flying. Steal it. Kenny Pickett won it all.
It has to be Kenny Pickett. It has to be Kenny Pickett. Because what I saw from this past Sunday, it's definitely not going to be Mitch Trubisky. Oh, my fucking Christ. We're not going to get into it right now.
You get in your knees, you pop the question. I get it. That's lovely. That's beautiful.
Oh, my.
Sam, you have the patience of a saint. You are a true goddess for dealing with this man. Also, you threw your girlfriend's, or whatever the fuck she is, as you call it, under the bus by saying that her family isn't PC. They still use, of course, the highly offensive term that is the Redskins. How dare you?
You're trying to get your own girlfriend's family, so we'll move on. If you ever met Sam's dad, PC is not. This guy's a mechanic. Like lead mechanic.
Hold on. His head didn't get all the way under that wheel, Joe.
No, he was like, I'm not kidding. Like he will come on the show and be like, yeah, I'm not PC. I work at a fucking, like, he's a head mechanic at a prominent like dealership. I don't want to say where I'm not doxing the man, so I'm not going to say where it is.
Let's not completely
but like he's like, I mean, like he's seen some shit. Like it's a mechanic shop. Like he sees some shit. Like let's be honest. 3 places to be not PC: strip clubs, mechanic shops, bars. Only 3 places.
Well said, and probably most shopping malls these days. But with that being said, let's move right along to. Have you been inside a shopping mall lately? The conversations that go on of people that are still in there is quite disturbing. I feel like it's a experience not a lot of people get, but just something to keep in mind. And let's not cancel your whatever the fuck she is father. Let's move right along because this is Face of the Franchise. Again, I am Little Joe, or just Joe Dorn, whatever you prefer to call it. And this is Michael the Pharaoh Shanuti. And I just called myself an it, moving right along. And Michael Pharaoh the Shanuti, my partner, who is sitting across that darkened parking lot. Dude, we did have a hell of a week one. Lots of injuries already. Lots of
Let's just get into it.
Lots of surprises, lots of week one overreactions, blah, 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 blah. Let's get right into it. Obviously, with your injury, the biggest bugaboo of all. That's right, bugaboo. Mr. Watt.
Let me talk.
Okay.
When it happened.
Get into it.
When it happened, so everybody knows, because obviously, my birthday was yesterday. I went to church. I actually did go to church at 6:30 in the morning. I was like, God, the only thing I want for my birthday is this man to not get surgery. I literally prayed for that. I was like, give this man, because what I saw on Sunday, if that's how we're going to play, we need this asshole on the field. Why did I say asshole? Because the reason why his pec the reason why his pec partially tore is because he does this jump shit where it was just like he's jumping around like he's a banshee and he's just trying to get fucking Joe Burrow, and then his arm went like this, and I was like, oh my God. And he said he thought it was torn, but thank God, 6 weeks, he'll be back in the month of October, which we need him the most. Our
again, your disloyalty showing again as always.
So what? How?
Yeah, sorry that you're calling your best player an asshole. What do you do to you except for trying to support the city of Pittsburgh?
If you told me, if God was like, Michael, here's a crystal ball.
Here's a crystal ball. Into the show.
He's like, here's a crystal ball. Do you want the Steelers to win this game, which was a shit show from the beginning, and TJ Watt is out for 6 weeks, or would you want to lose this game that you're expected to lose, by the way, and TJ Watt is fully healthy for the rest of the season? I pressed the B button as fast as I could because I'm like, we're not supposed to beat the Bengals anyways. TJ Watt is more valuable than, okay, I'll put it, there's 3 quarterbacks and 1 defensive player over TJ Watt as valuable to their team as possible. If those players are injured, those teams are garbage. So you could guess the 3 quarterbacks and you could guess the defensive player. It's not that hard. But if those players are injured, that team sucks dick. TJ Watt is in that list. We suck dick, kind of. But Minka Fitzpatrick proved once again that he is a top.
Kind is a strong word in this case, my friend.
So there you go.
That game. I mean, we'll get into our games here in a little bit, but I was genuinely surprised they were able to pull that off. It was mostly because of what your defense was able to do. The offense looked horrid, but we'll get into that in a moment. Other injuries were, of course, Dak Prescott now having to have hand surgery. We have Elijah Mitchell out for at least 8 weeks, potentially more. You're going to go ahead and have Keenan Allen, who is out and gone at least for this week, potentially more. Let me pull up the rest of my injury list here, Nude, just so we can get this out of the way. Boom, bing, bop. And then
do you want me to just run it down? You want me to run it down, see if I was wrong? If you got it, you got Elijah, you got Dak. Don't forget.
Of course. What's up with Najee? It looks like he's gonna play.
Najee and Mac are gonna play. They both had injuries, but they both came back negative. They're both gonna play on Sunday. George Kittle is still nursing a groin injury. We probably won't see him until week 4. Zach Wilson came back to practice. We'll see what happens with that. What else?
Jamal Williams is once again hurt. Shocker.
T. Higgins, concussion protocol, is progressing fine. I expect him to play. And then
Kamara, rib injury, looking like he may play this week.
Yeah, Kamara, Michael Pittman, Leonard Fournette, all limited in practice yesterday. They're all going to be fine. I think it's just one of those things where they limit the players because of the workload that they had on Sunday and what they're going to have this coming week. If they go, I want people to understand this in fantasy as well. When it's limited practice on Wednesday, don't get scared. It's when it's the non-practice, it's going to be scared. Once you see no practice, like with Chris Godwin, George Kittle, who we already know is not going to play, that's when you're like, okay, make some plans for those players, blah, blah, blah.
Limited, the waiver wire and all that good stuff. Yeah.
Exactly. So, there you go. We ran through all the injuries. Suck our dick.
Brownie the Elf. Let's talk about the new.
No, next. This team.
Wait, no.
They win a game and they lose their minds. They win their first game in like 17 years on opening day and lose their fucking mind. Are we really doing this? One step forward, two steps back?
Pass
Come on,
over.
fans.
There he is.
Oh my god! It's just come on, brother.
One
Like,
step forward, a
fucking
billion
doing?
back. We're in the 1920s again. First of all, it's a white elf. His name is Brown.
We're not doing the white, brown, black elf.
I'm just
purple
saying.
Elf.
I'm just saying, in today's day and age, it's a bit problematic. It's coming from the chunky white guy.
Full-heartedly. I hate the Ravens with all my heart, but the Browns are getting dangerously close. They're getting dangerously close where I cannot tolerate them. Like, they are literally just over there sucking their own cocks for no reason and putting this goddamn elf. I just cannot.
I mean, it's like if the Browns were actually a genetic biological family and started making love to each other, and out came Brownie the elf. That is a incest love baby from the Cleveland.
It's just unbelievable, dude. It looks like Dobby. Like, it looks like Dobby the elf with the fucking Christmas costume, and they ask you, "Where's my ring? Where's my ring? Where's my ring?" Fuck you. Like, fuck you guys. He's like, you win one game against Baker Mayfield, and this is what
don't give Dobby the sock, bro. Then it's a problem.
Oh
then the Browns are a problem for you. The moment Dobby Brownie gets the sock, it's a problem.
Next, please.
Quinn Nelson agreed to $80 million with $60 million guaranteed.
I'd say either the best or the second best offensive lineman in football. So great for him.
The best, in my opinion. Moving right
along. The person who I said, Trent Williams. I know you hate that, but it is what it is. Next.
Yeah, he just not good and consistent, and injury bug all the time for that piece of shit. Yeah, I mean, again, I think one of the most interesting things of the week, of course, we have zero, besides the fact, once again, I don't know if I mentioned this, but I'd be happy to mention it again, the Dallas Cowboys not scoring a single offensive touchdown or a touchdown at all, for that note.
Because we talked about the Browns, but really the team that sucks their own dick more is the Cowboys. You lose all these offensive linemen. You know Gallup's hurt. You know Amari Cooper's gone. But let's just run out CeeDee Lamb and Noah Brown and fucking some Tolbert guy that you picked in the 6th round, and then you put a rookie against Shaq Barrett, one of the best like edge rushers in football. And then let's not pretend that before the injury.
I just come 3 times thinking about how bad they are.
I got you. Let's not pretend before Dak's injury he looked good. He looked terrible. Like, there was balls thrown behind CeeDee Lamb, behind Schultz. Like, he looked really bad. And listen, I have a couple shares in fantasy leagues with Dak. Thank you, God. Guess who I picked up? I'll tell you, Carson Wentz, one love. And then and this would be the best thing in the world if Carson Wentz does really well. But let's not forget
the Pharaoh, one love Shanuti. That's really what the name should be.
And that should be. Russell Wilson came back from the same injury last year and was awful. So Dak being awful before the injury, now with the injury, come back in 6 weeks. I think you could drop Dak. If you think Dak is going to be good, give it a week. Of course, if you pick Tua, if you pick Carson Wentz, give it a week. But you might have you could drop Dak and be okay, because what I saw was terrible.
You probably drop Zeke and be okay too.
Trade Zeke. Actually, I told people, if you have Zeke and CeeDee, trade them now.
Definitely said silent in the corner.
Listen, if you have Dalton Schultz too, go find the guy who has Cole Kmet or their streaming tight ends. See if you could get something for him, small pieces. Don't be an asshole and ask for Jamar Chase. Be smart about it, but trade those guys to get pieces that will actually be good. In our league, I have CeeDee Lamb. Did you see where he is? He's on the bench. Yep. I am starting, of course, Justin Jefferson. I am starting Courtland Sutton. And my flex, I'm either starting CEH or Rashard Penny. I haven't made the decision. But I'd rather start those guys than fucking CeeDee. Because Cooper Rush, and then there's talks about Mason Rudolph, Jimmy G, fucking Cam Newton. Fuck out of here. I'm not doing this shit. Fuck that.
Go Rashad Penny. Here's my quick thing. First of all,
thank you for that advice. Time to change it up.
First of all, drop Zeke. Or trade him if you can still get name value for him. Why not? You're looking for a sucker and you're putting a fat hot dog on the fishing pole and fucking praying, essentially. I mean, let me do just really quick. Dude, when were the rookie years of Dak Prescott and Zeke when the Cowboys went 14-2? Can you remind me?
What year or what
What
did
was
they
the
do?
rookie year when they went 14-2 and Dak and Zeke were both rookies? It was
It was like
2016.
yeah, 7 years ago.
Thank you. How many years ago?
7.
How many years ago? One more time. I didn't hear you quite right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7 years ago, God damn it. 7 years ago. 7 years ago was when they had their peak. 7 years ago was when they had what's known as the rookie one-hit year wonder. Listen, he had a couple good years after bloody duty, booty bullshit. It's not it anymore. They are cashed out. You have milked all you can get out of that fucking cow. It is dead. It is done. This team is embarrassment. I don't care what you say, all the bias all day long. This is the kid at Gold's Gym who told you he had a scholarship with Duke and lost it because of his knee. That's what the Dallas Cowboys are. They are the kid that thinks he is fucking the God's gift to earth, but allegedly had a scholarship to Duke and hurt his knee. His knee is fine. He never heard from Coach K prior retirement. It's just fucking an embarrassment. And for anyone to be fooled by this again, then I guess you are dumb enough to accept a trade for Zeke Elliott too. It's just disgusting.
Disgusting.
Almost as disgusting as the AFC South or the AFC South. Not actually, the Cowboys are more disgusting, but the AFC South is pretty close second. Not a single dub in the division, dude. Of course, we have the Colts Texans tie. Almost gave you a cash in on the first. I think Nude and Joe on the same page. Dog of the week there didn't quite happen, but pretty damn close. Is this going to be the new NFC least division of football?
Well, okay. So let's run it down. All right. Giants won. We'll get into that. You guys won. We'll get into that. And the Eagles look really good. So it's funny because everybody thought that the Cowboys would have win this division. You and the Giants were being somewhat in mediocrity, and the Eagles will either challenge the Cowboys for the division or they would be the wild card. Or when we were smart, we said the Eagles would win. But what I saw from this fucking team once and for all, Jerry Jones has an ego problem.
Pause. I asked about the AFC South and if they're the new NFC least. Because nobody in the AFC South got a dub. And I compared them to the NFC least of the past. But no, continue on. I don't mean to.
I was trying to help you come. But no, the AFC.
I'm certainly finished because I am blue ball currently.
Yeah, no,
but I will say this. Hammering me home.
I would say we all agreed. I think we all agreed as a collective that AFC South was going to be the worst division in football. Yeah. I think you can win 7 games and win that division. No, I'm not here saying that the Colts and the Titans are going to win 7 games. I think they're going to win more. But I'm saying to win that division, from what I saw, week 1, overreaction, you can win 7 games and win that division. Like when the Cardinals won, was it Cardinals or the Seahawks? Won 8 games. It was 8-8. And they
Seahawks.
They won that division. And you guys were like 11, 10 wins. And you guys didn't make the playoffs because of the wild card. And It was like, what the fuck? It's like, How did that happen? But yeah, that's what happens. You win the division, you get a spot. So
it could honestly be a classic 7-9 team like we were in 2020.
Yeah,
in that division too. So it's looking real ugly. I still have faith in Matt Ryan. I think he can get that offense together in time. But yeah, like you said, and you made a valid point about the AFC South. The Cowboys didn't score an offensive touchdown this week. And
oh my God.
I'm good. I'm fine. And it could have been better. The worst thing about this week by far, though, is that ESPN and classic terrible casting woes did not put the Manning Brothers show on ESPN1. Instead, they went with Joe Buck and Troy Aikman, the worst sports broadcasters in all of the NFL, and honestly, all of sports, period, whether that be sports entertainment or just sports in general. Disgusting display. I will be watching the Manning coverage all week or all year going forward. Newt, how are you feeling about the new Monday Night Football crew?
I think it's all right. I
Nice
mean,
fuck.
I know your gripe with them.
Hey,
I
you
get.
tell you.
I mean, dog. The last 4 or 5 years have been
I
so
just went
bad,
fucking so middle school on you.
so bad. No, but like, you got to remember what we had to go through with Cessator and fucking like Booger and like all this shit. Like, I'm like, at least with Buck and Joe, I know it's like they have the chemistry, and I'm like, okay, this kind of makes sense. Even though Troy seems like he was having a stroke in the middle of the game, like I was like, what the fuck is going on? But it's just like I'm happy they finally put some money towards it and we got this. And for me, I'm happy about another thing. With this whole change, it's like you're still gonna watch the main cast anyways because it's funnier, so it doesn't really fucking matter. So
Nothing
it's
like
like
watching them talk over each other and not let a guest talk the entire
time
time.
out, time out, time out, time out, time out, time out, time out.
Hold on, E. Hold on, E. Hold on, E.
So I was like, all right. So it doesn't. I mean, like, I'm happy that they got a big name guy. I'm happy they got Joe in there because Joe does like when he calls plays, they're kind of memorable. Like, Diggs,
Yeah, you want to know why
touchdown,
Joe's a big name guy? Because he fucked his way to the top. Fuck his father. Fuck the
no, he
Buck
didn't fuck.
family.
Yeah, I will agree. His father helped a little bit, but like at the same time, like he deserves. Like I like you like Buck is one of those guys. Is like you hate him or love him. You keep him. I for me personally, I don't mind him. Like I think I'm the one of the people who just like, he's Joe Buck. But like at the same time, like when he calls games, you remember them. That's all I'm gonna say. And Troy
I will
Aikman's
say,
gonna have a stroke.
first of all, shut the fuck up. You're wrong. Second of all,
I saw that coming.
I will I will 100% say bid briefly aside, he is one of those guys where I just fucking hate Joe Buck, particularly even more than Troy. Even more than Troy, so, but for some reason, but with no clear explanation. It's like Kevin Costner for me. I mean, Kevin Costner, I do kind of have a clear explanation for. How the fuck are you going to make a fucking 3.5 hour film, post-apocalyptic, called The Postman, and the first thing you do is try to reset the mail system? Not,
Jesus
not,
Christ.
not an economy, not even a society as a whole, not, agriculture, not something to get the lifeblood back with a fucking mail system. Because you want to write a letter to your dead wife, you piece of shit. And don't get me started on Waterworld. It's the same kind of hate I have for Joe Buck, where there's just a clear reason, a not so clear reason, but clear reason of why I hate this man. It's disgusting. And the moment that Troy goes ahead and takes his little fingy out of Joe Buck's butt, he won't be able to call a game to save his life. It's the only thing that keeps him going. I have that on verified and confirmed knowledge. Moving right along, Rodrigo Blankenship, my doppelganger when I'm not fat, has been cut from the Colts, blowing that field goal. It's not the first he's blown, although I will argue I still think he is one of the top 10 talents in terms of kickers in the league. New, do you give a shit? Should we move right along, or do you want a little piece on Rodrigo?
Best Rex specs in the game. Next.
Hell yeah, brother. That's why you got to respect my man. Next will be LB versus AP. It was disheartening, man. I didn't watch too much of it. I just saw the highlights. I obviously watched the knockout bit. I guess you got a dub. How do you feel about that? I don't know if you feel like you got a dub through that, but this was
no, I don't.
Why
I
does
mean,
every fucking athlete now have to start boxing? Have to start really putting their legacy in fucking tarnishing in my eyes.
Let him do it, dude. They want to get money anyway, shape or form, and then like apparently they only sold 200 tickets out of 22,000 or some shit, and they gave away 1,000. I don't know if you knew that piece of thing. So I was like,
yeah, it didn't make too much money off that one, huh?
Didn't see a lot of waves. Let's just say that didn't make a lot of waves.
Jeez, it was just again disheartening. But return of some of our Face of the Franchise Day One listeners' favorite segment. That is, of course, surprise, disappointment, and game of the weeks from Nude and Joe.
We're gonna do it differently. I think we should do it differently. I think you should just go first. Do all three, and then I'll do all three. And then if there is small, like I agree with everything yours. And then if I don't agree, I'll say something. But I agree with all of them this time around. So go for it.
Okay, and then waiver wire pickups. We're gonna do it the same way. We're doing it that way.
Go down the list.
Yep.
I feel like it's just easier that way. So get it, Joe. Go ahead. Go off, King.
Let's start with surprise game of the week. That is, of course, Giants and Titans. And I honestly just had this one on the list, one, because it was arguably the most surprising game of the week. Saquon is back. Saquon, after 2 years, finally looks like his old self. Is it here to stay? Giant fans do pray. They looked decent. The Giants, and they were able to put together a good game. Thank God for those two big runs. I'm sure that's what Kareem is literally banging his head against the wall about this past week.
Brother.
It's also week 1, so let's not take a lot of. Again, the Texans were ready to be crowned Super Bowl champions in September last year. So let's not have any fast-hearted reactions. But the Giants and Saquon did look pretty solid. So that defense too, dude. Although the Titans' offense has done much what I think they'll always do. If you can't get that Derrick Henry run game going, well, again, you just have a plug-and-play quarterback and, of course, Ryan Tannehill. So it's just not much you can do. Nude, how's Kareem doing? Did you give a shit about this game? Is our Titans insider going to make it through week 2?
Okay, his official report, he did tell us, great first half, not lazy in the second half, adjustments need to be made. That's all he told me. So
that's all we got. Okay? That's all we got.
Listen,
from Titans
week one, I'm going to give my man a break. We'll see week 2. That's all.
It's not like he talks like I can, but that man is not usually a man of just few words.
Listen, there's more to the story.
Okay.
But I'm not going to put my man on blast. He said everything correctly. He believes that adjustments will be made, and that's all he said. He's like, there were situations that he didn't understand why the coaching staff would put him in those situations. He didn't understand some play calling. So he's like, listen, week one, we'll see. And let's be honest, Daboll put his nuts on the table, told some defensive players, you guys got to stop. We're going for 2. You okay with that? He said yes. They all said hell yeah, and he did it. Saquon's back, did his thing. This kick, hey, listen, kicker problems all over the league except for one, Cleveland Browns. That's why their brains are broken, and then that's it. So,
again, it's week 1, so you can't take too much malice in it.
You can't
let it affect you too much. I am going to need to hear that full story off air.
I will read you the entire message, but right now I cannot. We will go to week 2.
All right. I respect that.
We're on to whatever fucking team they're playing. The Bill. Oh no. Oh god. They're playing the Bills. Oh god. Kareem. He's gonna die.
Hey, again, I will send him my love, send him my wellness. I mean, if I could, maybe I'll send him over, make sure that there's no ropes in his apartment. If you give me his address, there's no poison, and we'll make sure your boy's okay. I'd like to have him on just to know he's alive next week if possible and see how he's doing. If you could work on that for us. My disappointment of the week is Vikings versus Packers. I understand the main headline coming out of this game is, week 1 from last year, Aaron Rodgers. Blah, 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 blah. There's a huge difference in a man named Davante Adams, who's no longer in that team. I know that. I don't know if you heard about that or not, but there was the big meme going across for that game this week. I believe it was like 140 yards total for Packers wide receivers, and Davante, of course, had 161 yards total. I think that's the biggest difference here. Listen, A.J. Dillon got going a little bit, and Aaron Jones looked like a shell of his former self. This offense looks stagnant. Now, you can make your arguments that Aaron Rodgers did not participate in the preseason whatsoever. You can make the argument that maybe he took too many Perkies and got a little zombified. You can go ahead and also say the Vikings played phenomenal. Skull. They played great. They looked awesome. Obviously, JJ doing his thing. Everyone's convinced he's going to break every record in the book. And right now, after week 1, you can't really say that he won't. He looked the best he's ever looked. Kirk Cousins looked confident and calm. He's doing great in this new system. There's a lot of exciting things for Vikings fans, and the Packers just look deflated, man.
Just look terrible. I mean, it just proves, man. Like, we've been saying it for years. This guy, Aaron Rodgers, I'm telling you, people say what you want, but those Packers really don't want him to succeed. Like, he wins one Super Bowl, and
right. You
Like,
can't have a greater legacy than Brett Favre, who, by the way, is taking away from his legacy.
oh my God.
And people who need money, indeed, and from his welfare foundation. But that's a whole different other story.
But that's another story to talk about another day. But that is just
Yeah.
unbelievable. Like the man throws a perfect pass to the rookie Watson. He drops it, and Ramon Dobbs fumbles. And then we're all talking about Alan Lazard coming back and making it better. No, this is absolute shit.
It's how I feel when you're talking about Alan Lazard stepping up to be the guy. That's never a good feeling. Any team.
So I gotta put 20% on him, even though I would have done the same fucking thing. You took $400 million. Like you knew what you were getting yourself into when you took $400 million. But I don't doubt. You could put me on the fucking Browns of Hugh Jackson, and I'd take $400 million to be the quarterback of that team too. Don't worry. I that's the only blame I'm saying to Aaron Rodgers is you knew exactly what you were getting yourself into.
Yep.
But I don't blame you for doing it.
Yeah, you signed it up for almost $500 million. I don't blame you either. It's a smart move, for sure. But you literally, the old adage of this show that we've been doing since day one, you have me and Newt at wide receiver right now, and it's not.
Yeah, 100%.
Then my game of the week by far, and honestly was almost my surprise too, but was Broncos and Seahawks. They rolled me off, but I ain't right back. Which hopefully you heard at the beginning of the show. We are trying to do a new thing where we have to give you the sound bites of the week. You think you'll be able to do that, by the way?
Yes, 100% can.
Okay, so you heard that at the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
They wrote me off. I ain't right back. Game of the year was fucking. Meaning they wrote me off. I ain't right back. Game of the year, not game of the year, but they wrote me off and I ain't right back. Game of the year, because that's exactly what it was. It was fucking. It was phenomenal. I mean, you had Geno Smith of it was like we were back in 2013, 2012, and it was, week 8 in October, and he threw 8 touchdowns. He looked fucking phenomenal, confident. He looked like Geno, what we all hoped he could be. You know what? And I did not write you off. I never even started anything in the notes app, brother. Don't you damn worry. I always believed in you, Geno, whether you're getting in fights in the locker room, you're getting despondent, you were this, that, and the third. I was still here for you, brother, till the end. And we all thought it was a Russ revenge game. We didn't realize, no, wrong. It was actually a Geno Smith revenge game. It was just beautifully done, Nude. And honestly, it was a thrilling game from top to end. It was very Pete Carroll, too, to go ahead and bless me with a fantasy dub because he decided not to run the ball really at all that whole second half, and then 2 fumbles from Rashad Penny. It was fucking made me erect as hell, and I won by 1.1 points in one of my leagues to help me go for that 5-0 week that I mentioned at the start of the show. Nude, how are you feeling this game? Little late, I know, past your bedtime. Did you make it through the whole game?
Yeah, I mean, that was a great game. I had some fantasy implications for that game too. I had actually 3 Broncos in the Habibi League, and thank you, Jared Judy. Love you, appreciate you. So
I was a dub in one league too.
Yeah, so I mean, the game all in all was what I expected in somewhat fashion. I did not think it would be that close to the very, very end, but hey, Geno, took you 8 years, baby. They wrote you off. You didn't write back. I appreciate that line. I actually love that line. Great line.
Great line. Just like my hairline's not coming back, he didn't write back, baby.
There you go.
Let's fucking go.
Shave that bitch.
It might be that time. It might be that time. When you go on a date and go and you get hit with you got the personality and you got the funds and you got this, that, and the third, but you're 5'6" and you don't have the hairline. You're about a bald. I can't go all the way. It hurts a little bit when you're told your genetics aren't good enough for the person that you're sitting across from. But I don't know how I went down that well. Different story, different time.
That just got crazy. But it's my turn now. So, all right. My surprise
that's a story off air too.
my surprise of the week is definitely going to be the Falcons and the Saints. One, because let's be honest. All right. Let's all just call it. It is what it is. The Falcons are choke
Hey,
artists.
wait. No. Dial that back. Let's do the old new catchphrase of 2020.
Let's call a spade a spade. There you go. The Falcons are doomed from the beginning of a game when they're leading and everything to choke it away. Jameis, if it wasn't for Gino and Carson Wentz, we'd be talking a lot more about Jameis and Slant King and Jarvis Landry. I mean, the offense looked fucking great. Like, I mean, yes, Kamara didn't do well, whatever. The run game, yada, yada, yada. The passing game looked phenomenal. I know it's against the Falcons. Well, it's still a divisional game. It's still a divisional game where you've known each other for so long. You know what A.J. Terrell can bring. You know what that defense could bring. You, as Jameis Winston, carved them up, and you won that game. And it's impressive fashion.
What was the other soundbite they heard at the beginning of the show? Nude hit him with it.
Pain. Just pain all around.
Pain all around. Pain just kept coming. You got to embrace it, baby. Love it.
And then
we also, Michael Thomas right next to him. They look like the perfect duo with his tongue.
They're just absolutely insane. This Saints team is going to be one of those teams where if the Buccaneers are not careful, we said it from the beginning of the year, be careful of this Saints team. If Jameis Winston, because I mean, like I said, it took 8 years for Gino to finally find it. I guess I'm not writing it down.
Let's hold our horses, but yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, that was a great game, and I enjoyed it very much. So, Jameis, congratulations. Michael Thomas, you look back, congratulations. We'll see what happens with Alvin Kamara.
And who got a little sneak touchdown? My favorite Latter-day Saint, baby. Who got
Jason Hill, your second
favorite Latter-day Saint.
Yeah, behind the motherfucker.
Damn right, baby. Damn right. Hey, the mother boinker. Relax. We don't use that language in the church. Relax.
All right. Okay, and let's be honest. You picked a good disappointment, but there was a bigger disappointment, huge disappointment. It actually turned out to be a fucking tie. I'm gonna say this game was a disappointment in all around because what the fuck? Like if I told you, Joe, that Michael Pittman had over 100 yards receiving and a touchdown. If I told you Jonathan Taylor had 100 yards rushing and a touchdown against the Texans, you would say, "Oh, that game was a blowout. That game you won." No.
Cover
Matt
two.
Ryan,
No.
Matt Ryan still has some stench on him from the Atlanta Falcons choking away a fucking game. And let's not forget that I'm not giving the Texans a pass, by the way. Texans had a chance to win the game. But you know what Lovie Smith said? I'm okay with a fucking tie. So let me punt the ball with whatever seconds left and was like, defense, just hold them. We'll get a tie. We didn't think we'll be here, so fuck it. And then Rex Burkhead is the leading rusher on your team when you have Damian Pierce. Like, I'm just like, all this is just, it was, that game was just like a blip on the radar where it's just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, after the Steelers
no one
game,
Texans quite like the Texans, baby.
After the Steelers game, I quickly changed to that game. I was like, how much time is left? And I was like, that's a tie. Like, they're going to tie. Like, this doesn't make sense to me. Like, I was like, how did the Colts, we pick the Colts every year to be the best in that division, to beat up on these teams, the Texans and the Jaguars, when they have zero, like, indication of them beating them ever. Like, you look back at the stats, like, the Browns didn't win like a week one game in such a long time. Second was the Colts. Browns finally won week one, and now the Colts have the longest streak of not winning, and that's 9 years in a row. Then they go to Jacksonville next week, where they haven't won in 17 years, or some shit like that. Like some
for real
stat. It's like 2014 or some shit like that. I made that.
So basically, 17 years. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an exaggeration of 17 years. I don't even think
basically 25 years.
Basically, since Mark Brunell. So there you go.
Right. So again, about 40 years ago.
Yeah, that's a disappointment. Now, the game of the year. The game of the week.
Oh, I was going to say you already called game of the year, baby.
No, I'm just kidding. Game of the week.
Yeah.
Game of the week.
Yeah.
I'm only saying it's the game of the week because we wrote this team off. Because we were so infatuated by Jay Herbo, by Derek Carr, by Russell Wilson.
We have another segment where we're fucking doing your team. Pick another one.
No! Do you not listen to the quarterbacks I just said?
Pick another one.
No, I guess Chiefs and Cardinals.
Okay.
What the fuck?
I heard Joe, and
Did you
I
not-
went down a rabbit hole. Continue.
Jay Herbo, Justin Herbert,
Okay,
Derek
okay.
Carr, Russell Wilson.
I literally heard Joe Burrow. You got to enunciate, my brother. You got to enunciate.
I'm saying, stop. The game of the year.
My
for
brother,
reason
my
I'm resisting-
kinfolk. You got to enunciate.
My game of the year.
Use your letters.
Justin Herbert is great. Derek Carr is good. Russell Wilson, he's a corny fuck. But there is one king in that division. His name is Patrick fucking Mahomes. He put his dick down their fucking throat because he told everybody.
Not a big
Tyreek
dick.
Hill,
He has a fucking frog.
no problem. He went like this to them. He's like, I'm gonna throw 4 touchdowns, and he did. He threw 4 touchdowns. And he's like, Kyler Murray, you fucking blow. You suck, which he does.
Right.
And it was unbelievable what I was watching. This guy, Patrick Mahomes, was a fucking like maestro. Like he was leading a band of fucking idiots, fucking morons,
there, brother.
fucking morons, dude. Like Sky Moore, McCole Hardman, MVS. Kelsey's the only one that's worth a damn. Like, and he carved it. Like Joey, it wasn't even like it looked like a high school player against middle school players. Like the dude fucked him up. And the reason why I say it's the game of the year, like I was just like, dude, like
game of the
year.
I couldn't stop
watching.
Your game of the year.
Game of the week. Shit, I keep saying game of the year. Game of the week because it's like
you off with they wrote me off and I ain't right back.
Yeah, it was literally fucked in my brain. So it's like watching him play like that makes me so excited for tonight, where it's him against Justin, because it's definitely those two for best in the division. But I think Patrick Mahomes really solidified himself as the best quarterback in that entire conference. Like it's unbelievable, unfreaking believable. You could say Josh Allen. Josh Allen's the only argument you can put up, and then we'll go from there.
I'm sorry, did Justin Herbert not have a fucking fantastic game himself, brother?
I love Justin Herbert. Don't start with it. If you told me right now which quarterback you would pick to lead the Pittsburgh Steelers, it wouldn't be Mitch Trubisky. I'll say that. But it's just like Justin Herbert is amazing. Like he's amazing. But what Patrick Mahomes does, it's like an alien. Like you can't stop watching it. Like the dude does flip passes. He does like crazy ass, like I'm gonna throw it like this. Like he throws it like a fucking dart. Like I don't understand. Herbert is a phenomenal elite pocket passer, and he does throws like I have never seen before too. Same with Josh Allen. But what Patrick Mahomes does with the Josh Allen has Stephon Diggs, right? And he has Gabe Davis, who we all love. Patrick Mahomes, Sky Moore, Juju, like no. What the
It's
fuck?
funny you say that because there's another quarterback up the way, just up 95 in Baltimore, wearing number 8, purple uni. Who also really doesn't have any receivers whatsoever.
He beat the Jets, dude. I'm not beating my chest on
Yeah,
the Jets.
one of the best teams in the league, brother.
All right, this show lost all credibility with that. I gotta cancel the show now. I gotta delete
What are you
tapes.
talking about, man?
I gotta delete tapes.
With the
like,
best
that
QB
might be
combo
the
of
worst
all time.
take.
Over
I
there.
understand your love for Joe Flacco. I understand all your different. Wow, I really gotta delete the tapes. Like I might have to delete the show. Might cancel everything. So
that's all right. I'll come back solo. People have been clamoring for it anyway. So solo Joe show starting next week, covering week 3, called The True Face of the Franchise.
All right.
You're welcome, everybody. I'm gonna have Kareem. I'm gonna have Samuk. I'm gonna have what was that other kid's name that came on? Colin.
I just want to let you know, man. Like weed's a gateway drug, so just be careful. All right, like.
Thanks, Nancy.
Thanks,
Nancy Reagan. Good for you to come back from the dead.
Are you okay? Do you have green? Like, do you eat vegetables here and there? I'm just asking. Like, maybe we should put some greens in your like lineup of food. Like, I'm worried about.
No, brother. This is an Alpha Plus diet. It's just cheesesteaks, and curly fries over here, my dude.
I mean, like drinking is also a gateway.
The more distilled the IPAs can become, the better for me.
Jeez. Was that your
so look forward to that next week. The True Face of the Franchise, starring me and all the Nude's friends. But with that being said, our games are now coming up. Nude, I'll go ahead and I'll let you start this one off this time. I'm a little tired of going first. Tell me about your Steelers. Tell me about the game. Tell me about how Jersey Jerry is a much better Steelers fan than you are. clearly getting direct messages regularly
Fuck
from
no.
TJ Watt.
Fuck no.
Go ahead.
No. First of all, Jersey Jerry's a bitch. He
Dog,
will never
I
give
don't
his-
understand your hate for him or your weird
he will
beef.
never-
And for anyone
Oh,
that's not a
I hate-
Barstool
okay,
person,
here's the deal.
they are.
Here's the
This
deal.
is the Barstool
Here's the
guys.
fucking deal. Why I hate people like Jersey Jerry. You
Why you
don't
hate-
understand. You guys understand that game should have been 35-10 with 5 turnovers and 5 sacks. Our offense looks miserable. First of all, our O-line did not get better. Najee looks like he's running into quicksand. Mitch Trubisky is throwing stupid-ass fucking like, okay, he didn't turn the ball over. Congratulations.
Well,
There
you
was
said
like
that was
3
probably
passes.
the sloppiest game overall of the week from both teams.
No, Texans Colts. By far,
Yeah.
Texans Colts.
I mean, Joe Burrow 4 picks is insane.
Holy fuck. That's it. No, it's never gonna happen again. Thank God we won that game. Because it's like at one point when Jamar Chase scored that last minute touchdown, I was like, that's it. Like, we didn't deserve that game because it's like, why would we deserve that game? We had so many chances to put them away. We didn't. We fucking blow. And then, like, of course, Minka Fitzpatrick proved once and for all he is a top fucking safety. Never say anything bad about him again. No one should say anything bad again. Our defense is really good. Like, I told you, I thought our defense was going to be good. That's what showed.
I didn't disagree.
Our offense, though, holy fucking shit. Holy shit. Like I said, if we ever win the Super Bowl, if it ever wins the Super Bowl, Matt Canada won't be involved and Mitch Trubisky won't be involved. Our offensive line looks like dog shit. Like, literally dog shit. Like, when I say Najee looks like he's running in quicksand, I saw dudes in the backfield before Mitch gave him the ball. I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, the guy can't run. Oh, God
That's
forbid.
another guy you should be trying to trade away right away, in my opinion.
I think
While the name value is still
in
there.
my opinion.
Sorry you wasted your 7th or 8th pick.
In my opinion, whatever offseason plans you have next year, if it doesn't involve signing literally, if you look at the list of free agents of O linemen, 1, 2, 3, 4, you go after every single one of them, give them blank checks, say, we will pay you whatever you want. Because I swear to fucking God, Joey, if I go to another fucking season where I see the offensive line look like absolute ass, I will fucking murder myself. There's one guy I do need to give an apology to, Devin Bush. You played great. Keep doing your thing, Bobby. You want your contract? Keep playing like that. You keep playing like that, you're going to get your contract. You're going to get the contract. Holy fuck. We won. My heart rate's still at 125. I still don't believe we're going to beat the Patriots, even though the Patriots looked as much of a dog shit team as we did, and we won and they didn't. I don't know. Like, no TJ Watt. I don't know what the future holds. I'm going to watch the game with a bated breath next week, but I just don't know, dude. Like, I really, my brain is broken. My brain is absolutely buzzed.
Just from week 1, you're already broken.
I was broken in the off season.
Yeah, you've been
before.
broken. You've been broken for about a decade now, baby.
Oh my God, dude! Like, Najee, I feel so bad for that kid. Like, there's Samuk texted me, right? And he goes, "Can we now put a pin in our?" Because he said Javonte Williams was better than Najee, and I said, "No, like, I don't believe that. I believe Najee is in a bad fucking situation, really bad. Like, if we switched players, Najee would look like what Javonte looks like now, and Javonte would look like what Najee looks like now. And it's just not, feasible. It's not feasible. Like, you can't, like, who respects Mitch Trubisky? After that game, I don't respect shit. Like, I don't respect shit. Like, people respect Russell Wilson enough that they're going to.
You wish you could cradle. I'm pretty sure Big Cat does, but besides that.
I just want to know if they made an attempt. That's all I want to know.
One man's ass you'd lick just incessantly again and again and again. Big Cat. Probably respect.
I don't listen. You think I I love these guys. Like, I like them. Like, there's certain guys like I tolerate, and then there's guys that I hate, like Jersey Jerry, who's like, yeah, we beat the Bengals.
You don't tolerate Big Cat. Half your personality is based on Big Cat.
No, my personality, if anything, is more like Dave, because I'm pissed off at the world. I don't give anybody any fucking credit. Because here's the thing, fuck what I saw last week. Because if you think that's a win, go fuck yourself. Like, literally, everybody's tweeting, oh, we beat the Bengals. We beat the Bengals. Oh, Big Steppa. Shut the fuck up. Like, we sacked.
Hey, don't pull up the Pittsburgh, blood. Don't pull up the Pittsburgh.
I'm going to pull up the Pittsburgh and be like, you guys thought that was a good game? Go fuck yourself. Because when you when you turn over the ball
I'm
five
trying to see
times,
you
when you
and
sack somebody
Jersey
five
Jerry
times,
at the next Rough and Rowdy.
oh my God, Jersey Jerry. I mean, like, great, be positive. Oh my God, we shouldn't have won that game. Yeah, we shouldn't have won that game if the Bengals played like the Bengals. The Bengals didn't play like the Bengals. Gave us so many chances. Score fucking touchdowns.
The Commanders' debut game one went pretty well against a formidable team in the Jacksonville Jaguars.
At least you're happy.
Getting the last-minute win with a pass from a no-name QB. I don't know his name, and I'm not sure. I wasn't able to look it up or find it anywhere, but our quarterback, whoever's playing that position currently, went ahead and threw a game-winning touchdown to Jahan Dotson with seconds left on the clock. Jahan looks fucking great. Curtis Samuel, your waiver wire pickup of the week. If not, you're going for Jahan. That's just what everybody, that is the word around the block. Our offense did look really good. Now, this quarterback I hear plays really well nude in September, really well in October, and then a demon enters his brain and causes him to sabotage his whole team. And I'm not seeing any signs that he will do that. And if that doesn't happen, then by week 4, we'll certainly have Heineke out on that field with the way this, again, no-name quarterback plays. Defense, look decent. We're getting back on the slide of things. There's a couple things that I think were just easy that we let them have, especially that first drive. We looked a little bit lost. First drive on defense. Overall, however, it was a solid game against a not so formidable team. But take it with what you will. I'll take a dub. I don't know if I mentioned this yet. The Cowboys didn't score a touchdown, single touchdown, in their first game, so I'll take that as well. 28-22 final score. I'm happy with it. Not too much else. I wish I could figure out that guy's name that plays quarterback for us, but besides that, I'm waiting with bated breath right now as well.
No, I mean, like, in all, like, Carson looked good, like you said. Defense looked fine.
Who?
Like, you guys were booming. Like,
Who looked good?
Carson Wentz.
Who?
Carson Wentz.
I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
Do you not want me to say Carson Wentz?
That might be the longest dead air we've ever had.
I don't know what you want me to say. But no, you guys look fine. Like, I think you guys, like, I mean, yes, granted, it was the Jacksonville Jaguars, but from what I saw, you should be happy with what you've seen. And, like, I mean, shit, outside of the Eagles, the other two, I mean, who gives a fuck? So,
right.
If you guys challenge the Eagles, hey, it's a good season. So,
it's almost like, my pick of them being second place was legitimate, and your biased shit-ass take of the Steelers being in second place was just gross.
They're in first right now, buddy, so we'll take it one step at a time.
It's week 1. Settle down.
Oh, now it's week 1, but it's biased. Get the fuck out of here. Go ahead. Yeah.
Let's do waiver wire picks of the week, buddy. Why don't you hit us first with what you got? And please, let's see if this year, unlike in past years, you give us something other than the most obvious waiver wire pickup of the week. So if I hear Jahan Dotson, if I hear Curtis Samuel,
you have yours right here. That literally, it's the picks of the week. 3 of them.
No, it's relax. 1.
Are you kidding me? 2?
No, 1.
3 of them. All right, you go and I'll tell you which ones. I'll do it because none of you what you picked is not mine. So go.
So you're saying that you think okay, that's hilarious. Let's go ahead and let's start out with this quarterback. I got 2 quarterbacks this week. Of course, we have one guy who is one of the obvious picks of the week. I still don't know his name, but another guy who's not as obvious, still only 25% owned in the league, Matt Ryan.
Yes, he is.
Matt Ryan is playing against.
Are you joking? He's playing the Texans.
He's playing the Jags. Yeah.
Jags, I mean. Oh, tomato.
Oh, you know what? Fuck you then. All right, fuck you then. Marcus Mariota, 7.7%.
There you go. That's not. There you go.
Yeah, you know what? It's not like I've been doing this the whole entire show and picking the mainstream waiver wire pickup every single week for 3 fucking years.
Go ahead, keep going.
Marcus Mariota, 7.7% owned in the league, playing some shitty team. He was ranked in the top 10 QBs last week. That's what he is. He's facing a battered Rams secondary. I actually think that Rams secondary looked awful last week. Marcus Mariota might be that sneak pickup that you don't see coming. He's going to blow the lead just in Falcons calling card tradition, but he's going to look good while doing it. Running back, my pickup of the week that nobody else had, in my opinion. Dontrell Hillard, who went ahead.
No, he is. You fuck. See, I'm telling you. See,
All right, was I going to do that or Jeff Wilson? It was so limited at running back this week.
Oh my
It was
God.
that or Jeff Wilson.
I actually have one. That
Outside of those two?
Yes.
Daryl Henderson? Are you going to tell us to pick up Daryl Henderson, asshole?
What the fuck? Why would I say Daryl Henderson?
I don't know. I saw that on some of the list of research this week. It was
wait, Daryl Henderson is out there? No fucking.
Next up. So at this point, I certainly have no more obvious picks. That was my only obvious was Hillard, and Mariota was not obvious at all. We can ignore this other.
That's great. Okay.
Greg Dortch. Dortch.
You're right. That one does not go. Right. Nobody wants that one.
If Rondell Moore is not back, this will be maybe a kind of somebody to lean on for Kyler Murray. So a little spark in the offense. I think Dorchway could do it. He got 9 targets last week with more out then. So I could surprise you. Could get one of those tugs you need. Help you get through that dub for the week. 0.7% out. Next up, my favorite Latter-day Saint, and I don't care. He is an obvious pick this week, but I don't care. My second favorite Latter-day Saint, that is, of course, Taysom Hill, and one that nobody is talking about whatsoever. Got a little Coughlin in your life. Of course, he is on one of the best teams in the league. That is the New York Jets. At 1.6% owned. He's going to be leaned on in that offense. There's not much else to lean on. And then, of course, over at defense, once again, not at all obvious, I have the Panthers, 4.6% owned. They were a top 10 defense last week and actually look pretty solid. They are playing, if I can remember correctly, the Giants, who are going to be having a big head from that win. I don't expect them to do the same. I expect there to be a little bit of a downfall, and the Panthers take advantage in this one, dude.
All right.
For one mainstream pick out of 4 years of doing the show, when every single week you gave us the most obvious picks to take. But go ahead and tell us people that they've already picked up. Go ahead.
All right, QB. So I'm riding the Tua on train. Give me Tua. I think Tua has the legs and the arm to do what he needs to do in a Mike Daniels offense. We saw what he did with
quarterback with Tariq Hill and got a win last week. Cool.
You picked Marcus Mariota, you fuck. Like, what do you want me to?
Yeah, I know. No one thought of that. Everyone was probably all over Tua this week. If it's not Carson,
you're over here saying bullshit.
If it's not Carson, it's not Matt Ryan. It's Tua, baby.
It is. No, it's Tua. No, it's not. What? You're out of your mind. Second.
No, I'm not. Like, that is the third, if not second most obvious quarterback pickup of the week.
Running back. Everybody wants to pick up Jeff Wilson. Everybody wants to do that shit. I think you should go pick up Jordan Mason, the rookie who people believe that could take over the job. And if he has the hot hand, he is the snappiest pick. I mean, what do you want me to do? You want me to lie to the people? Again,
I'm not going to lie. I almost went there. It was so thin to pick at running back this week. I almost went there. I was like, I can't justify it. All right. I like it. I do like it. No troll here. Troll off. I do like it.
It's good. Yeah, it's a good pick. Wide receiver. Wide receiver is a chalk pick. I will say this. Devin Duvernay, he actually did pretty well.
Who?
I think I got Devin Duvernay. Wide receiver for the Ravens.
I'm very aware of who he is. Take 4. I'm very aware of who he is, but I mean, just so many red flags that pick. That is the most obvious pick of the week.
I said it. I preface it by saying this is a mainstream pick. And then my tight end is Logan Thomas. I think Logan Thomas is going to do great. I think Logan Thomas is out there. Yeah, everybody forgot about him. He was a top 5 tight end, a couple years ago before he got hurt. And they played the Detroit Lions, who let the Eagles fucking kill him in every aspect of the game. I mean, I'm not here saying Carson Wentz is Jalen Hurts, but I mean, Jesus Christ. Like, from watching that game, Carson Wentz could fucking carve them up pretty well. Defensively, I'm just going to go with the Green Bay Packers. I don't see the Chicago Bears doing anything. Yes, as much as Aaron Rodgers sucked and everything sucked, the Green Bay Packers still own the Bears shit. I always will take the Packers against the Bears. So there you go.
100%. I liked all those. I will say, too, even though Devin Duvernay is pretty fucking obvious, I do think he is going to end up a top 20 receiver when it's all said and done this year.
Nah, I don't think so. There's another guy on that team that will have something to say.
You're thinking Bateman? I don't know. I'm
So you're
happy.
saying he's better than Bateman? You think he's going to finish
I
better
think
than
he
Bateman?
will rise to that point, yes.
Woo! All right. Well, that's a hot take. Keep that in the
For a
pick.
hot Joe take of the week, hot shit and pilot take of the week. And then
Jesus.
my favorite segment, Nude. I hope you are ready, my friend. Let's go ahead and let's do the gambling corner. First up, one of the matchup and could end up being the game of the year, at least the early game of the year, Nude. That is, of course, Los Angeles, aka San Diego Chargers, versus the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs are at home. They are favored at 4.5. Over under is 53.5. Dude, I already gave out my play yesterday on Instagram on this, so I will let you go ahead and go first. And that is kind of tradition anyway. So who you like, who you love.
So I'm going to go with Jay Herbo. I think Jay Herbo and them cover, and I'm going to go with the over. I feel like if you don't pick the over in this, you just don't want anything to happen. I feel like that's just the game where
You're just not a fan.
want.
You're just
You
not
just
a fan of football.
you just don't want to see fireworks. So
You just don't
Yeah.
like the sport, and why are you watching it? Stop
at
leaving.
all, at all, at all.
I am going to go ahead, and that will be the Nude and Joe first same page of the week. Next up, and we know my history, especially if you're a long-time listener, with keeping track of this. I'm going to go ahead and say I may not this year. I may have it once every 5 weeks. I may have it every week, probably not. But I'm going to go ahead and try somewhat to keep track for a record, Nude. No promises.
I hope so, man. I hope so, brother.
Again, it'll be quite staggered. With that being said, another thing that will look quite staggered today is the Washington Commanders versus the Detroit Lions. Detroit Lions are -1.5 at home. Over under is 48.5. Nude, who you like, who you love.
Give me your Commanders, brother. But I'm going to go under.
I don't like starting out this way, but that is going to be two Nude and Joe on the same page.
I mean, you're playing the Lions. I mean, you're playing the Lions. Like, what are we talking about here?
We're still obviously not getting respected being dogs here at Lions at home or not. But it is what it is. I honestly get it. Next up, potentially another game of the year here. New York Jets versus the Cleveland Browns in Cleveland. Cleveland is -6.5. Over under is a probably lowest of the year so far. 39.5. Nude, who you like, who you love.
You go first.
I'm going to go ahead, and I think it's obvious here, and what I'm going to go ahead and roll with all year, it's going to be a Jets cover +6.5, and I am going to go a over here, Nude, at 39.5. How do you not take that?
Okay. I'll take the over.
Okay. Careful now. Church is watching.
We're gonna go with you. We're gonna have the third Joe and Newt on the same page.
Oh no! It's never good when that happens. I am so nervous.
Jesus, put it as a parlay. There you go. Put those 3 games as a parlay right now.
Done and done. You know what? I will commit. I will go ahead and put 25 on that. If you go ahead and put 25 on that.
There you go.
We're
not paying out your bets though. You lose. It ain't our fault, bitches.
Yeah, I mean, again, we're trying to help you pay off the house. It's your call, but at the same time, can't sue us. With that being said, we'll move right along to the Carolina Panthers versus the New York Giants. New York Giants are favored at -1.5 at home. Over under is 43.5. Nude, who you like, who you love.
Nah, just give me the Panthers, dude. I don't think they're gonna. I mean, like, good for the all that's happened with the Giants, but yeah, just give me them, and then I'm gonna go under. I think defense will show up. So
I'm gonna go almost even Joe on the same page. I'm gonna go over just so we don't have 4 in a row. No one needs to parlay 4 Joe and Nudes on the same pages in 1 week. With that being said, next up we have a guaranteed early ulcer for new game of the week. That is, of course, the New England Patriots versus the Pittsburgh Steelers in Pittsburgh, where Nude will no longer be allowed after this episode. +2.5. The Steelers are being dogs in their own hood. Over under is 40.5. Dude, who you like, who you love?
How can you ever pick an over with the Steelers? Like, after what you watched, like, don't ever pick an over. Like, don't. If you see the Steelers, pick the under. That's all you pick. That's all you fucking pick. After that, go suck a dick. Like, that's it. And then I'm not picking shit.
We're not doing this tradition again that you started last year. Pick it.
No,
Pick the game.
it worked. It worked. It worked.
No, it
Fuck
didn't.
you.
You keep saying it
It
didn't.
worked. It worked.
It didn't.
We made the playoffs. It didn't work for you because you didn't follow the rules. You did not follow the rules, and you're mad you didn't follow the rules. That's not my fault.
And I'm not following them this year either. Fucking whatever. Moving right along. Oh wait, -2.5 New England Patriots because fuck you.
You're doing it out of spite, and that's not good. Fuck you.
Honestly, yeah, you should be fucking fueled by that. You should be jubilated by that. And then under, obviously, 40 and a half. Got to take that all day. I would take it at fucking 20.
Yeah, dude. Wait, you take it what? Under?
Yeah, taking the under, and I said I would take it at 20 for this game.
Oh, yeah.
Which
Yeah.
probably is available in most sports books. With that being said, Indianapolis.
Just move the line. Just move the line so it can be plus money.
Right. Why not? That will honestly end up being like a 10-7 game. Indianapolis Colts versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. And a Colts praying redemption game. Both redemption potentials of the week. We have the Jags underdogs here at plus 3.5, over under 44.5. Nude, who you like, who you love?
I'm gonna go over in a surprise thing if Leonard's not playing, because from what I saw, holy fuck, that defense sucks without him. And then I'm gonna go Colts.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and You said under.
I've said over if Leonard's not playing.
Over if Leonard's not playing. Okay. I'm going to go ahead, go Colts -3.5. I'm just going to take the under here to avoid that fifth Joe, Nude, and Joe on the same page. Want to keep us solid here. We had like 7 last week. We can't have another 7 this week. Just not what we need. Not what anybody needs. Next up, and my dog of the week, I think, dog of the week. I think Nid's going to be surprised with this one. Miami Dolphins versus the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens are favored here in Baltimore at -3.5. Over under is 44.5, and I already gave it away, so I'll go first. Miami Dolphins are going to win this game. I'm taking them at plus 160. I'm going to go ahead and take the over here as well, Nude. Who you like, who you love?
Wait, say that again. Sorry, you broke up.
Not a problem, brother. I'm going to go ahead, and my dog, Joe's dog of the week, is going to go ahead and be the Miami Dolphins, plus 160 against the Baltimore Ravens. The spread is at -3.5, favoring the Ravens. Over under is 44.5.
Yeah.
I am taking the over. I am taking the Dolphins here.
Talk about a team that really fucks another team. The Dolphins have been fucking the Ravens for so long, so I'm taking the Ravens and the under. Oh my god,
love it. Almost Nude and Joe on the same page.
Every team, like ours is the Raiders, but like with the Dolphins and the Ravens, it's wild. Like they never could beat them. It doesn't make sense.
It's definitely an Achilles heel point for the Ravens, and I will take the Dolphins every single time in that game. Especially, I fucking, I'm a big McDaniel guy. I love how they looked last week against what is a pretty tough Patriots defense, no matter what people want to say, and a defense mastermind in Bill Belichick. They looked awesome. So I think this offense is only going to continue to get better in the Dolphins in Miami. Next up is the Falcons versus the Los Angeles Rams, -10.5. The Los Angeles Rams are. That's right. I said -10.5. The Los Angeles Rams are. Over under is 45.5. Dude, who you like, who you love?
Give me the Rams. They're going to be pissed off, and give me the over, because I think even though they're going to be pissed off, they'll let Marcus get some touchdowns here and there for your streamer of the week.
You're taking 10.5.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You're going to be a sucker and take the Falcons. Be my guest.
I am.
Not you.
I'm going to go ahead because I think they'll be up 14. They'll be up 14-20 with 3 minutes to go, and then blow the game and lose by 3 or 4. So I'm going to take the Falcons plus 10.5. Whatever. It could be a trap bet for me. It could be a sucker bet for me. That's why I love it even more. Falcons plus 10.5. I'm going to go ahead and go over here as well. Next up, Seattle Seahawks versus the San Francisco 49ers, -8.5. The San Francisco 49ers are over. Under is 41.5. Dude, who you like, who you love?
Give me those Niners and give me the under.
Give you those Niners. Give you the under. Yeah, I'm not going to chase here. I'm going to go ahead and we'll give you the fifth Newton Joe on the same page of the week. Next up is going to be the Cincinnati Bengals versus the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys are dogs. It was
Just
Cooper
say
Rush.
that nude. Say it. Just say nude and Joe on the same page. Holy fuck. We know what we're gonna pick.
Nude and Joe on the same page, picking the Bengals -7.5 and the under.
Yep.
Next up is going to be, and what I am going to dub, and a lot of people shock, my official, as I do every single week, I label one game. This is going to be the game. The shit dumpster fire game of the week will be the Houston Texans versus the Denver Broncos. Denver Broncos are obviously favored at 9.5 here. Nude over under is 45.5. Who you like? Who you love?
After what I saw from the Texans, after what I saw from the Broncos, give me the Texans to cover and give me the under.
Texans to cover. Give me the under. I am unfortunately going to have to give the people the 6th Newton Joe on the same, our 7th Newton Joe on the same page of the week, and that should make everybody nervous. But again, do pick those first 3. I will say them again at the end. Moving right along is going to be the Arizona Cardinals versus the Las Vegas Raiders. Las Vegas Raiders are -5.5. Over under is 51.5. Nude, who you like? Who you love?
Give me the Raiders. Raiders and the over, because it's going to be a fucking bonanza points.
I agree. I do think the Cardinals have a little resurgence here. I don't think they win this game. I think it looks a little bit better than that Chiefs game. Still going to be ugly, but I think they cover +5.5 and give me the over. Green Bay Packers are going ahead and facing their little baby boy in the Chicago Bears. Of course, Aaron Rodgers has let everybody know across the world for a year now that he owns them. If you haven't heard that, then you don't give a fuck about football. With that being said, the Packers are -9.5 here in favor to the Bears. Over under is 41.5. Nude. You know what I'm going to ask? Who the fuck do you like and who the fuck do you love?
Got to be the Packers and got to be the over, because I think I'm going to be honest with myself. That man, Aaron Rodgers, is such a dickhead. He probably pissed on everybody's clothes after the game and was like, we're going to fucking win another game. So here we go.
100%. He pissed on it, rubbed his balls on their toothbrush, spit in their faces, pulled a full Harry Styles to Chris Pine. I think, unfortunately, we're going to have another Nude and Joe on the same page here.
There you go.
I just want to take the under and say it's going to be like 35-3. You know, I'll do that. I'm going to go ahead and take the under here. It's going to be like a 35-3 game. Definitely going to risky on that one, but I'll stick with it. Next up is going to be, we have 2 Monday Night Football games this week. Nude. We have the Tennessee Titans versus the Buffalo Bills for our first one. Buffalo Bills are -9.5. Over under is 48.5. Who do you like? Who do you love? Keep Kareem in mind here, brother.
I got to go with my man, Kareem. I think the Tennessee Titans cover, and I got to go over, because they usually play them tough. It's because Titans play them tough every year. It's not like I'm over here just because of Kareem. I just recent memory.
For a pretty confident guy, that was one of the most insecure statements I've ever heard you make.
Me or him?
You.
What I say?
Just picking the game in general, rolling with the +9 and just rolling with the Titans. It just sounded very insecure. You're just rolling with your boy.
They usually play them tough. Like, look in recent memory, they play them tough. I mean, they beat them last time, so who knows?
I'm gonna go ahead and go the exact opposite. What did you do under?
That's what I thought.
I'm gonna go exact opposite. Kareem, lots of love. It's gonna be a rough year for you, brother. Next up, we're gonna go ahead and
doubleheader.
Again, I want him on next week, bro. Especially if they lose. We
will get him on next week. If we're both 2-0 and he's 0-2, we'll bring him on next week.
We need a Kareem check-in when he goes ahead and loses this game on Monday.
Yeah.
Next up, it's going to be for the final game of week 2 is going to be the Minnesota Vikings versus the Philadelphia Eagles in Philly. -1.5. The Philadelphia Eagles are over. Under is 51.5. Dude, I think this is going to be another on the same page here, but I could be wrong.
You're going to take the Vikings. I'm taking the Eagles, and I know that. But the over, I think we're together. Okay. So, yeah.
Are we together? You're saying
I said Eagles and over. Eagles and over. You're saying Vikings and over?
I'm going to go ahead and go under here. I think it's going to surprise.
If you're doing it just because of the podcast, fine. But like, I think it's gonna be over. I mean, that's Jamar. Jamar Chase is a beast. Like, you can't.
You want to know why? Besides the Chargers and Chiefs game, this is the most obvious over of the week, right?
Yeah.
Do you agree with that? That's
Yeah,
exactly
I
why
think
I'm
so.
taking the under. Exactly
All
what
right,
I'm
there you
thinking.
go. There you go. That's a smart move.
I have them from time to time, my friend.
I guess. But thank you guys for watching, guys. That is our show.
You almost
This is
made me
Face the
do a spit
Franchise.
take there.
that is our show.
This is the end of the show. Don't forget, next week, Solo Dolo, Face of the Franchise, True Face of the Franchise, featuring Kareem, Skeeb, and that kid named Colin or Patrick or that one white kid we had. Come on, I can't remember his name. What was his name?
What are you talking about?
Kevin? Who was the kid that we had on for draft day?
Keith?
Keith. I was close. All those
Patrick?
Are really close.
Where are you getting these names? Oh my god, you just picked white names. Thank you for rocking with us. Please like and subscribe on the Four Corners Radio Network, where you can find all our different podcasts. Find us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, streaming everywhere, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you can find us. This is also brought to you by our sponsors, Seductions by Jax. Get everything you need done by her on her Instagram. We will tag her. Please go find her schedule. She will put you into her system. You got it. As well as Stuck Up Clothing, finest fashion money can buy. New clothing lines, new websites. Go on his IG. Go on all the different things that he has. Find what you like. Affordable pricing, as well as Eyesight Mobile Eyewear Company. That is Eyesight with an I. And
Ball drop coming for Stuck Up soon too, by the way.
There you go. And then on Instagram as well. All these will be tagged at the below. Please find them. Please research them. You can go and send them that the Franchise Boys sent you. I am your host, Michael the Ferris Sunity, and that is also the host, Lil Joe Ooh. Stay breezy, stay easy, one love. Enjoy football tonight.
Jersey Jerry is a bigger Steelers fan than you and a better Steelers fan than you.
You are a cocksucker.